Hi guys, we are down here at Prairie Sports Village again with James Major, who's behind the camera this time. And as you've seen, we've just hit a few shots each with a driver. So James is going to work through our swings, find some new faults, maybe some old faults that we still have.
Yeah, we'll see what he thinks of them.
Yeah.
So let's do it.
Let's do it.
Right, wait. So when we had a little look at your golf swing sneaky look during the week, one of the things I recommended for you to do was adjust your driver settings slightly, just to combat the situation, the natural motions of your golf swing. That despite us, working on things really, really hard, you're always going to be sort of fighting a little bit of looseness.
Yeah.
And so you're always going to have a tendency to leak one away, and that. And so your shot is generally a fade. As much as we're trying to get you to draw the golf ball, a fade is going to be your typical shot, your more comfortable golf shot. The problem with this driver, as good as it is that it has a tendency to sit slightly open on the ground, so the golf club naturally falls into a slightly open position. Okay, so you're busy doing the rest of it. You're not realising it's actually open. The best one in the world, if you're fading with a golf ball, you don't want to start with the golf club face open. It's going to make things worse. So we turned it to a slight draw setting, which in itself is actually more squared up than turning it draw. But so we've done that and altered the loft of the golf club to maximise your launch angle on your strikes. So we've got the golf club set up without changing it the best we can. Yeah, right. So we've done that. Now, looking at your golf swings, I'm actually really, really pleased with your swing. I think it's come on a lot. It's definitely, it goes over a bit, but it's shorter. And as the swing goes, it's you're definitely making improvements. More obviously noticeable than Pete. Doesn't mean you're making more improvement than Pete. It's more to visually. Yeah. Anyone watching on YouTube there will see that swing looks different to what it did before. It is, because of your hand, it is still going a little loose at times. Right. One of the problems is that when the golf club, and if I sort of demonstrate this to you, when this golf swing, particularly with the driver, gets a little loose at the top, a little bit, not necessarily long, because you get golfers, you've got your John Daly's and whatever that swing with a long swing, and your Bubba Watson gets a bit long as well, obviously. But those guys have got full control of what's going on, and they're able to compensate and pull that golf club in. Your looseness is sort of a very fractional lack of control of what's going on at the top of the backswing. So with that situation, the golf club just leaking over a little bit. As the body starts coming down, even though you're trying to get the golf club on, working from the inside, it affects the timing, and it's late. You get a late sort of presentation of the golf club to the golf ball, effectively. So a few of these shots just tend to sort of drift away. But on the times when you do keep best control over it, and they'll get better as you practice and refine it and work at it, then the quality of those shots will get better and better, and you'll get a feel for it. You'll get to know when your swing's right and when you've just lost it a little bit there. I mean, to hit some of those shots there, there's just big difference on those. It's just, you're on the fairway, 200 and up to 280 yards from 100-mile-an-hour swing speed, which is good. But I'm talking about you hitting the golf ball really, really straight and a visibly good sort of flight on the golf ball, and getting some of the golf balls getting a little bit of draw on it, which is fantastic. And if you're drawing the golf ball, you can't be hiking right across it. So if you get a little bit long at the top, you start coming to the golf ball, the body beats the hands, and that's when you're linking away. Right. Keep the control. You'll get a better relationship into impact. But it's really, really good. It's I'm almost at the point of saying to you, I don't want to add anything else to what you're thinking about, because capturing keeping it going. If it starts to go off, we'll look at it and we'll deal with it. But you've got enough going on in the head at the moment, playing a lot of golf. Start cluttering that up and then messing it up would be, to get your head down single figures, to be teaching something for the sake of it, I think. Yeah, it's not, someone else can look at it and say, it's a bit this or it's a bit that, but, it's better, so better.
I feel like it's better.
Yeah, it's good. So just stick with it, carry on working at what you've been working on, what we've been talking about. What's your feeling at the moment?
So at the moment, I'm feeling like when I pull away, I'm really trying to keep on the inside and get through the ball from the inside so that it doesn't slice right. But I do feel a bit like I'm still left back when I hit it.
What I'm seeing on some of your shots doing, and when you're particularly looking at it in the slow mo's, is that as you come into the golf ball, you're trying to get the golf ball to come from here, but then when you're going through, I'm seeing you like this, going through almost like a cricketer,
right,
with a defending action.
Right.
And one of the things that I showed you in the video when we slowed things down is when you hit the golf ball, on some of the shots, you're actually, as you're going through the golf ball, it's like your head started to go through, and you look at the golf ball right at the corner of your eye, and it's sort of I can't describe exactly how it looks, but it's sort of awkward and sort of blocky when you come into the golf ball,
right,
rather than it's not released.
No.
So one of the things, there's other bits and pieces on to look at in this backswing, but when you're coming through the golf ball, is that you're keeping your eye on the back of the ball effectively and trying to feel as though you're releasing those hands through that golf ball.
Right.
So it's not just a question of pulling down to the golf ball, job's done, you've hit the golf ball, that's it, because that position is just too sort of blocky effectively, for want of a better word.
Right.
You've got to, it's part and parcel of the whole thing, which is coming into the golf ball and then releasing that golf club on the way through the ball.
Yeah.
You've got to release the club.
Something I've always struggled with.
Yeah, instead of coming through where everything comes through like kind of together, it's actually you're actually sort of actually staying behind it and then releasing that golf club, and the golf club almost draws you through to the final part of your swing. Swing the golf club back to the top of the backswing then.
Well, properly.
Yeah, swing back to start. Okay. Right. Now from there, start driving the hips that way and drop it and pulling the golf club in towards the golf ball and releasing those hands. So the sense is that you're releasing that golf club through there, releasing those hands through. And again, not quite. A bit better. That's better. Right. Keep going. Keep going. Keep that going. The fluid motion. Very good. That's better. So I hit through the ball better. That's what I mean by hitting through the golf ball. That's the drinking that does that. So you're recording this? Yeah. But one of the issues that it's still bothering me a bit is the top of the backswing. It's still quite risky at the top of the back, that backswing. And it's making all those angles so acute that the delivery is compromised. If that swing is very, very sort of risky and angular at the top of the backswing there, it's when you come into the golf ball, it's harder. You sort of come in like this. It's harder for you to have that time to deliver that golf club. It's encouraging a steeper sort of angle of attack there because the wrists have got a compromised position to come from.
My problem is, as soon as I start thinking about release, I forget about the top of the backswing.
See, when
I'm not good at multitasking.
On those swings you hit, those couple of shots, I'm seeing one or two getting a bit over again there. And whereas if that golf club was further away from you, and the arc was a little bit wider there, and it wasn't so acute at the top, then the delivery plane would be shallower. And so, with a driver, that would be better for coming into the golf ball, hitting through the golf ball. Right. With a wood, it's more of a swept motion when you're coming through the golf ball. With an iron, there is a steeper angle attack. That's why we create a divot with an iron, rather than with the driver we don't. So, a steep or risky backswing isn't necessarily going to be a great detriment to your iron shots. You've said yourself, the iron shots feel quite good, but we just don't want that same choppy motion with a driver. Right. You make it much more difficult for yourself if this whole thing's coming in quite sort of so flicky, and then again that will lead to that bit of a jump because you're trying to get that golf club through that golf ball. Yeah. Sorry, Miss Waller. and because you've got the time, because it's the slightest movement there and you'll be ahead of it. Yeah. So you end up with getting that golf club to come through. Yeah.
So I'm thinking about keeping the width and then releasing through.
Yeah, and then that's it. Swing through the golf ball. So it's the sense, the feeling is that the golf club's coming through here, through this area.
So is that the right width at the top then? Is that better?
It's better. It's better.
To hit one?
Absolutely.
The ground.
Yeah, a bit better. Okay. That was, to the naked eye, that was better at the top of the backswing there.
Right.
Okay. I was busy looking at that, not your delivery. But I was looking to see if it was going to get really, risky and acute and everything. And that golf club was.
Yeah.
It was above. You'll see that one if you look at it. That golf club was further away from the shoulder, as it were. It was more width to the top of the backswing.
Yeah.
The difficulty for anybody having a golf lesson, anyone working on the game is, it doesn't matter how intelligent you are, you can only work on one or two things at once. Really can't work on too much. So working on trying to set up to the golf ball, do this, try and get that in that position, try and deliver into here, try and release those hands with a driver at 100 miles an hour. It's really, really difficult. It's over and done with so quickly that it's like the thoughts, forgot that.
Yeah.
Okay, so
that happens so much. Forgot about it.
With an eye. You've got to work at it.
Yeah.
And that's why I really, really, really do advocate going on the driving range, it's in pounding those golf balls, working at it until you start to do it.
I don't know if it's a factor, but when you take your backswing, your weight goes forward on your toes. So I think you're already out of balance.
Right. When I take my backswing, my weight goes forward.
Yeah, like that.
Got a bit closer. I always felt like I was too close.
Better shot. Like I say, if you go back and you get this little bit so here, then it's the amount of time you've got to actually release all that sort of angle positioning into that golf ball. It's no wonder that we see a lot of this going on sometimes. It's really hard to not get ahead of the golf ball, and if you're ahead of the ball at impact, you're always going to sort of cut it away with the driver. Keep working on your backswing. You know, to work on your through swing. As soon as your attention reverts to the through swing, the backswing defaults back to old habits, and then it's almost impossible to get that through position. So you find it really difficult then.
Yeah.
Just keep going with it. Just keep going. Nothing else to think about.
So for now, I just keep on with the width, and then try and think about getting through the ball. That's my swing thoughts for now.
I'd probably recommend this to a lot of people who are working on things. If you have got 2 or 3 things to be working on, then you can alternate your thoughts. You can hit, say, 3 golf balls where you're just going to work on X, whatever X is, you're going to work on it. And then don't worry about Y. And then next 3 golf balls, I'm just going to work on Y. And try and get through the golf ball. What you'll tend to find is the muscle memory of working the last 3 golf balls will start to sort of stay there and allow you to come back into the golf ball in another position.
That's a good idea.
So you've just got to keep repeating and repeating. That again, that advocates the practice side of things.
Right. Okay. Great. Something else to work on.
Good. So we've assessed the swings. We've added some bits and pieces and complemented it where needed. And sorry, I shouldn't have looked that way. I should have looked both ways. And
more work where it's needed.
More work where needed, definitely.
Thank you.
So you happy with what you're working on?
Yes. Width and release.
I think
I'm gonna intersperse them as well.
Yeah, I think the best thing we could take from today's lesson is we're going away trying to do everything in one swing, multiple swing thoughts.
Yeah.
So they hit a few shots with one thing in mind, hit a few more with second.
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, I think it is true to say, particularly when you're working with a driver, you just can't think of everything. You haven't got time. It's just over and done with so quickly.
No matter how smart I am.
Yeah, that's how you are. Absolutely. Yeah, it's not a thing of intelligence. It's just about how much time you've got to think about what you're doing and communicate that to your hands and hit the golf ball. And you haven't got much time, so you just work on one thing at once.
Yeah, we'll do. So we've got some homework to do.
Then put it together.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll do our homework and then we'll come back and see how we're doing.
Definitely.
Maybe get a new driver.
Definitely. They need one.
It needs on.
There's not even any adjustment on that one. It's
You
just.
don't need adjustment when you're this good.
Oh, okay. All right.
This bad. Cheers, guys.
Okay.
So thank you for watching. Subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Follow James on Twitter, link below, and we'll see you next time.
Yep, thanks for watching, guys.